Toronto, and I think we all appreciate the merits of Toronto, but he had great loyalty to San Jose, so that tells you something about where Joe Thornton's head was at, in that he was willing to leave San Jose and the great memories and the home and all the rest of it to do this in Toronto. Whether San Jose wanted him back entirely, I'm not so sure, but the fact that he chose Toronto tells you he wants what's coming, and he knows he's been around forever. He knows what's going to be here when he lands.
Yeah, well, I guess the talk, like San Jose feels like they're in a pretty in unsteady waters right now, and maybe he's like, look, I don't have time to wait. I got to, I got a chance here to be on what could be a really good team. I got to go. I want to go. I want to change it up a bit. How long has he been in San Jose?
13 years, I think, or something like that. 13.
No, longer than that, isn't it?
I think you'd be surprised how long he was in Boston, Ray. He was in Boston for like 7 years.
Okay, I would have never guessed that. You're right, Brian. I would have never guessed that.
He was there for a long time, and then the lockout, clipped them a season, and so 13 or 14 years anyway. I mean, and I guess
was traded in 05, 06.
Okay,
so just after the lockout. Yeah, you're right. So whatever that is,
wow. It's been a long run. Like he's played over 1,000 games there.
Maybe it's time. In his view, he looks at it and he's like, as I said, I want a chance to be with a team that's got a chance, or at least thinks they've got a chance, and so that becomes easier to move.
Yeah.
If he's not leaving if they're, if they want him back and they're a better team, I think he's probably staying.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think he'd probably prefer, and Marleau re-signing there, that might have been somewhat appealing to him, but I think suggesting the Leafs have a better shot than San Jose is not far-fetched or a hot take or anything based on what we saw over the past 12 months. But I think San Jose will bounce back a little bit. But, yeah, I think, the accountability, and Dubas paid lip service to it. Sheldon Keefe spoke publicly last week and said we're going to really hold each other accountable. And we interviewed Spezza, and he said it. And I think that's a big part of this. And whether or not it pays off or not is on the group. But and even like the Leafs signed Scott Sabourin to a Marlies deal today. It's like Dubas is going out of his way to prove that, he needs toughness, he needs character, all that kind of stuff. And I wouldn't, we haven't mentioned the name Brendan Shanahan, but I got to think Shanahan's heavily involved in this too.
It's pretty clearly a departure from the way that when they came in, how they said they were going to, build their team. This is clearly a departure from that.